tere, kallid PÖFFi teelised, olete sattunud PÖFF TV kanalile ja kohe tuleb meil juttu filmist Koera surm, mille režissöör ka meil siin külas on.
¿Cuánto pesa?
12 kilos. Cada vez que viene esta chica no sé qué pasa, que desaparecen cosas. ¿Vos? ¿Estás bien? ¿Todo bien?
Sí, sí. Hola, Vero, somos nosotros.
¿Cómo hacen ustedes para ver eso de la cámara?
Es una aplicación en el teléfono.
¿Por qué no la terminás con esto? Nosotros trabajamos con un servicio crematorio.
No sé, tengo
En general, la gente lo que elige. Después vos con las cenizas.
¿Qué es esto, papá? Me avisó Belu que hay una tipa en Facebook diciendo que en la clínica de papá le mataron al perro.
¿Qué pasó, Mario?
Fue un descuido nuestro.
¿Vos trancás la puerta del costado? Estos te dicen todo que sí, pero nunca sabes lo que están pensando.
¿Esto es quién? ¿Perdiste algo?
No se puede vivir en este país.
Deja la vieja tristeza junto a esos puentes.
So, hello, Matias.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine.
It was
Very,
just
very
your
good.
world premiere yesterday.
Yeah, we're very happy. We're really happy with the premiere of the film.
I'm curious, how did your film reach Estonia?
How did it reach it?
Yeah, out of all the places in the world.
Well, actually, it was through our French co-producers that they liked this festival, and they made I think they worked really hard to get the film in here, because it was well, it's a very good festival. It's a really nice festival for us and for our film. I think to have its premiere, and they knew that, and they contacted the programmers, and they were like they did a great effort for them to be able to see the film, to watch the film, and well, apparently they liked it.
Good.
And we got here, but yeah, it's really interesting, because Estonia is a little country in the north. Uruguay, it's a very little country also in the south. So we're kind of opposite, but opposites touch in a way.
Also similar.
Opposites are similar, and so there are a lot of similarities between I think, our idiosyncrasy and yours, and so I think it's a really
Like a
cool,
small nation kind of vibe.
yeah, like a little brother surrounded by very big brothers, and so I think we are quite we can understand each other a bit.
I can understand you perfectly. So, are you a dog owner yourself?
Yeah.
What kind of dog you have?
What kind of dog I have? Actually, I have a corgi.
Corgi?
You know, they're the queen's dogs.
Ah, okay.
But I adopted her. It was a strange development of events, but I got to have a queen's, not a queen's dog.
Not her personal dog.
No, her personal dog, but one of the. But she has the attitude of.
All right, all right.
And she was. I took a lot of notes from my dog to
All
for
right.
the film.
She inspired you.
Yeah, you could
Okay,
say.
okay. So maybe for those who don't know, your film has like a lot of political satire in it, I'm guessing. So I would like to know, what is the current like political climate in Uruguay, and what kind of problems people face nowadays in Uruguay?
Well, actually, today is the election day in Uruguay, and we've been governed since 15 years by a center-left coalition of parties, and the country has lived through a historical economic growth and social economic distribution, and the public health has improved a lot, and the public enterprises has improved a lot, and we have, for example, 95% of our energy is green and
95?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But we have a problem with crime, as the whole Latin America has, and Uruguay is the most quiet country in Latin America. We have the bigger middle class, for example, but we are in Latin America. We have the same problems, and the media, it's always the crime news. They are always there, and they have a lot of publicity, and the politics tend always to use fear in their favor, and people are very afraid of crime naturally, and and now we have also waves of immigrants from other Latin American countries, mainly Venezuela, for example, and people are starting to be more like not afraid of the immigrants, but a bit suspicious, and
you can see it also in your film.
yeah, and so I wanted to talk a bit about that, but without making it like a plain political statement film. So I wanted it to be a comedy about a dog, about a dog who dies. But actually there are a lot of these things happening at the same time. Actually, is how to portray in a way that I could kind of the situation in the country. And in a comedy, and going back to the election, this coalition of the left is probably most definitely going to lose today, and because now there has been formed a coalition of the right-wing parties that have from center-right and to a party who is like from the far right, who has speech against immigrants and against rights for women and gay people, and that
kind
the
of
country
similar-
has
similar
advanced a
here.
lot in these years. We have same-sex marriage, for example. We have abortion is legal, and we legalized marijuana, for example.
Oh, congratulations.
In a way to fight against
Crime.
the drug trafficking, and so there has been approved a lot of progressive laws, and now it has. I mean, they use this fear and the crime, and they say that the economy is a bit stuck, and now people is probably gonna vote for a change. That I hope it's not so much, but.
So I'm curious. What did you want to tell with this particular story? Like, where did it come from? Tell me.
Well, it comes a bit from all this situation we were talking about, on this ambience and the situation of the country, the social situation, and that it touches you all the time. I mean, you can talk about, oh yeah, it's terrible how they use fear, no? Until they rob you. When they rob you, you become afraid and you start feeling the same things. And I think it's human, it's natural. The thing is when you allow, and it's an emotion, and it's a valid emotion. It's one of the most primary emotions, no? Fear, if not the most primary emotion. The thing is when you start taking decisions based on these emotions and not based on the rationality. Because when you let yourself be guided only by your emotions, yes, you're always going to be fearful of the different at first, no? If you are like, we are all like little tribes who wants to take care of each other, no? And look out of the other one, is instinct in a way, but we should be able to transpass that with our rationality, and so that's what I wanted to talk about. We get like a pack feeling, no, turning to dogs again.
So I'm curious, this movie took you 6 years to make.
Yeah.
Why did it take so long?
I write really slowly.
Okay.
No, it's.
How many pages is that per year? 10.
I would say 3, 4. Okay. No, the thing is, it's quite. In Uruguay, private investment is non-existent for films, so it all should be financed by the state funds, which we have. Since this last year, we have had more and more public funding for cinema. But, well, it's always, there are a lot of films competing, a lot of projects competing all the time for the funds. So you don't get to win everything, all the money you need at once. So you don't win 1 year, so you have to wait to the next year to apply again. And then we made a co-production with Le Tiro Cine in Argentina and with Le Valseur in France. So that was really good because they were really helpful to get the project going. But all these things take time too, no? To construct this co-production and to improve the project and to find finally to find the film you are trying to tell.
So during these 6 years, like, the political climate also kind of probably changed. So how much did you have to change the story while you were making the movie?
Well, actually, the political side of the story is the same. I think now the political reality it's closer to the film than what it was when I wrote it. Actually, the thing is, the political climate is the same. Now it's expressed more in the vote. It hasn't been expressed in the vote this last year. I think because of the economic growth. When people are having more and more money, they don't care. No, when the economy starts to slow down, well, people become to be more afraid and.
So you were working with lots of dogs in your film, and there's a saying that you shouldn't use dogs or kids. Like, it's the most difficult side, what to manage during the film. So, what kind of challenges did you face with these dog actors?
With the dogs, actually, we had a
because they were very good.
Yeah,
they were
actually,
really good actors.
We had the main dog that acts in the film was a really well-trained dog, and he did. It was the easiest actor to do.
Okay.
Actually, because he just he had a feeling of the scene incredibly when for example, the actor looked to one side, and the dog was really stand up and looked to the same side as the actor. He was really like feeling what was happening around him, and we used a lot of that for the film. And he has really funny expressions, and it was. I think luckily I can't stand for this phrase because it was really easy for me to work with a dog.
I'm glad. So this is your first feature film, right?
Yeah.
And I felt like a really strong kind of style and direction of what you want from the movie. So I'm curious, what are your influences, like movie-wise?
Movie-wise.
Or like directors that you look up to, or?
Well, I like the first influences are Uruguayan films. There are a lot of Uruguayan directors I really admire, which is, for example,
Name some.
Pablo Stoll, who has made Whiskey, and Adrián Viñez made Gigante, for example. Manolo Nieto, Federico Beiró, Cote
I have to check all of these guys out.
They all have Leticia Jorge and Ana Guevara, for example, Arauco Hernandez. They're all there are generation above me of really, really good filmmakers that really expanded the Uruguayan cinema, and yeah, my generation really look up to them and really try to follow their path in a way. And if you go abroad, we have a lot of Nordic influences too, like a lot of Kaurismäki, for example.
That's what I've heard, and I also saw
a lot of Kaurismäki and Bresson, because if you go to Kaurismäki, then you go to Robert Bresson.
Okay.
It's,
So, what's next on your agenda? What projects are you gonna do?
Well, now we're keep working with Le Valser, with our French co-production, and we are trying to develop other projects. They're in a very embryonic state, but we're trying to see if we can. Well, we shot a short film in France last year that we are going to release in the near future, which is called Martin est tombé d'un toit, Martin fell from a roof, which is a kind of a social comedy about a man who falls from a roof.
A dog's deaf, a man from fall. I can see a pattern here.
Yeah. And it's keep trying to do more stuff and learn, because actually we're all learning how to make films. Ultimately, you don't know how to make a film until you try to make it, no? Then you start learning how it is.
So I'm curious, in the titles it is listed that there's like 2 DOPs in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So Miguel Honto and Damian Vicente.
Mm-hmm.
So how did this come about? How did it affect the production, or what was the decision?
They are both close friends of mine, both people who I really admire and respect, and their work. And the film is really divided between 2 different houses.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really useful to have both houses had different styles, and we had different DOPs for each house. And the old house is more like in the style of Miguel, and the new house is more in the style of Damian, who is more a cold, straight line photographer, and Miguel is more like organic.
That's very interesting.
So we try to give this dichotomy of the houses to the film also.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie.
Well, thank you very much.
So, I don't know, thank you, Matias. I guess that's it.
Thank you, and thank you.
I wish you all the best with the movie, and yeah, thank you. Minuga oli saates Matias Ganz, kes on filmi Koera surm režissöör, ning Koera surma saab veel näha kinodes 25. novembril Artises ja 27. novembril kinos Elektriteater Tartus. Nii et soovitan seda kindlasti vaatama minna ja kõike head!